What's up guys, it's PatriotsMan here and I am back with another video. Today guys, we do have some sneak peeks for Madden Mobile 23. Now, we're not really going to have any images, but we are going to have some information. Today we're going to talk about overall and progression in Madden Mobile 23. So this right here is actually a blog post. You guys can actually find this online, but also I'll put it in the pinned comment and also in the description so that you guys are able to find this, click on it, and be able to view it yourselves. Now, I am going to review this over the course of 3 days. I'm going to break it into 3 parts, and I am going to go through all of it in these 3 days, breaking it up because there's a lot of information. As you guys will see here, there is a ton of stuff to cover in terms of all the information. So I want to break it up and make it as clear as possible so I can explain it and not have to make a pretty long video that's pretty boring. So we're going to go through one part of it here today, and I also have some other information that was out in the Discord as well, so that I can view that as well and explain some of that stuff. But let's hop right into it. So in terms of overall and progression, Aaron felt it was most important to start with some high-level direction on total overall acquisition in Madden NFL 23 Mobile and go from there. First and foremost, the best strategy for increasing team overall is to obtain better players. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to say in this part of the video is going to be very, very simple. The basics. When we hop into part 2 and part 3, when I break it up these next couple days, we're going to see a lot more interesting stuff. Also, you guys could skip ahead and go ahead and just view the entire post yourself, because I will be going through the post and breaking into parts. So you guys can still go ahead and see what's actually coming up when I view these videos, but you can read it all for yourselves. Now, determining which players are better and who users should be acquiring is done first by identifying the rarity, then the player's overall number. So they are going to have uncommon, rare, epic, and iconic as the types of rarities a player can appear as. They are going to be ordered by the amount of overall players with that distinction can have. For example, an uncommon player will not have a higher overall than a rare player, and a rare player will not have a higher overall than an epic player. Number 2, secondly, users can increase a player's level, which subsequently will increase team overall. Increasing a player's overall is accomplished in the roster management, so they're going to have a roster management page or item list tab by tapping on the player to see their advanced stats. Users will then be presented with a menu where resources gained from playing the game can be spent to upgrade players, increasing their individual stats and total overall number. The cost of leveling up players is going to be determined by their rarity, so uncommon are going to be the least expensive, and iconic players will be the most costly to level up. Number 3, the third and final way to increase your team overall is going to be by activating weight room boosts. Weight room boosts are going to increase a player's overall based on positional groupings, but we will get more into that with Stefan next week. Stay tuned, as next week we will of course have more sneak peeks on the weight room and journeys. So that's going to do it for this part of the video. Remember, I am going to have this blog post here in the description, as well as the pinned comments so you guys can view it yourselves. But I am going to go through the other parts of it tomorrow, and then also on Friday, so that we can go ahead and break some of this stuff up and explain some of it more in depth. But those were the basics. Now let's hop into some more stuff in terms of the overall and progression sneak peeks. So firstly, this was the one image that we got today. It was showing us kind of the lineup screen. So these are the overalls they're kind of targeting right now. These overalls are not final, but you guys do see, I believe those are uncommon cards right there at 63 overall base. So much lower in terms of the base overall stats, because the uncommons this season were the 70 plus overalls. So maybe they're getting rid of the common players and putting all the overalls lower in terms of overall when they're starting. We'll see what that means. And you guys also see a rare player, Leonard Fournette, 84 overall. Again, overalls are not final, but this is currently what they do have. Now moving on here, I am going to read this information fairly quickly because some of this information is going to be covered in the next couple days, and they're also in that blog post that I viewed at the beginning of the video. But there will be a special trade for Madden Mobile 22 marbles, which will help with obtaining the newest players in Madden Mobile 23. This means that the marbles are going to have some good value when you go over to the next game. Madden Mobile 22 players will have slightly lower overall than Madden Mobile 23 cards in the same tier, and the Madden Mobile 22 marbles are going to be on par and comparable with the best Madden Mobile 23 cards. The marbles should be good and rosterable for at least a month and a half or so, and they'll probably start to fall off in terms of overall around September or October. Presents and ranks have been removed. Madden Mobile 22 ranks will give resources toward acquiring Madden Mobile 23 players. Levels should transfer close to 1-to-1. Leveling players has been simplified to only require coins and training points. Good stuff right there. Again, tomorrow and on Friday, I'm also going to dive into some of the stuff that was in the blog post and kind of explain it a little bit more. Overall and progression, player trades are coming back. Core pillar of Madden Mobile 23 is the ability to reuse content and keep content relevant. We don't want anything to have dead value. Older cards with lower overalls and each rarity will be rotated out of all the core packs in the game, such as Pro Packs, Madden Packs, stuff like that, to make room for the new players introduced in the previous months. Nick was happy to hear the projected overall for February, and it was not very high. Positional Boosts are returning, now called the Weight Room, but it won't require bench players. Currently, there is no Reclaim Resources feature in Madden Mobile 23. Now last right here, Leagues. The new maximum league size is 20. There will be more ways to engage with your league. There are a lot of mixed feelings about increasing the difficulty in LVL, and the LVL screen will provide much more information. So that's going to do it for today's edition of the Madden Mobile 23 overall and progression sneak peeks. Still lots of information was covered here in today's video, and again tomorrow on Friday I will have other videos detailing some of the stuff we did see today. But that will do it for today's video on the sneak peeks. Hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like on this video if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.